Hi friends, welcome to day 8 of our Easter stitch along. Today we are going to be working on our light pink flowers that you can find here and here. We're going to be using two colors, 945 and 3022. So let's get stitching. Okay, so unlike our flowers yesterday, we're actually going to do the flower portion first and then do the greenery afterwards. So these little bulb-like flowers are going to be a satin stitch, and you're really going to want to use that straight share tuck method. And I'm going to show that to you now. So starting at the top of your flower, right in the middle, you're going to make your first stitch straight down. Again, use your needle to kind of straighten things out if things look like they've gotten a little twisted. Now coming right next to that previous stitch, you're going to now share the hole at the bottom, meaning you're going to go into this exact same hole as that first stitch. So we have the straight and now the share portion of our stitch. And the next one is tuck. So again, coming up to the top right to the right of that previous stitch. And then where we're going to go down at this time is kind of behind these other stitches. We are tucking it behind. If that starts to happen, use your needle to help it not get all tangly. All right, so now we're just going to do that again. We're going to go straight. And this time you're going to want to go right next to that very first initial line. We're not going back into this. We're creating a new straight line. So go right next to that very first stitch. And it looks like I need one more, so I'm going to do one share on this side. And this will change depending on just how your stitching is going. You might need to do another tuck. You might need to do just the one more straight. It just kind of depends on how you are stitching. All right, so that right side is done. Now we need to go back to the left side. Now we're going to do the same thing, but you have to remember you still have that very first straight line. So this first stitch to the left of that line is going to be the share. So you're going to put it right in the middle where that first stitch was, roughly. You might not be able to go right in the exact same hole, and that's okay. Okay, and your next one is going to be a tuck. And then a share. Wait, no. We did a straight, we did a share, we did a tuck. Now I'm doing another straight. Woo! And this might be all I need to do. I think it could benefit from one more share. And doing this method just kind of helps give that a little more of a, I want to say the word radius, but I don't think that's the right word. Look to the flower, so it's not just straight up and down, but it just kind of fans out. All right, so we're going to do the same thing over here. All right, so I've switched to 30-22 3 strands. We're going to use this 3 strands for the fishbone stitch on the leaves, the back split stitch here on the stems, and then I have forgotten the name of that last stitch. I'm looking at my stitch guide, the fly stitch that comes right underneath these flowers. So let's start with those fish bones, and I'm going to speed this up until we get to the fly stitch, which you have not learned yet. Okay friends, in order to do our fly stitch, we're going to bring our back split stitch just up to the flower, but not quite all the way there. And then we're going to bring our needle up at that first tip of that line that's under the flower. So mine is right here. I'm going to pull that all the way through. And then I'm going to bring it down at the other tip on the other side of the flower. All right, now don't pull this all the way through. Leave about this much of a gap and maybe hold on to it if you can, just so you don't accidentally lose it. You're gonna bring your needle right under that flower, right under it. Pull it through. Help if I push it up a little more. Pull it through until your floss is tight. As you can see, it made that little V shape. Now you need to bring your needle down one more time, and this is where you're going to split that last stem, little portion of your stem. So I'm pulling that through. And there you go. All right, now I'm going to do it on the left side here so that you can see it one more time. So I'm just doing my back stitch as normal. And these stitch names give you tongue twisters. I'm not going to bring it all the way up to the flower, just under it a little bit. Now I'm going to go and that tip of that little fly stitch area to the left. Hold onto my floss, bring my needle down on the tip on the right side and bring it down just a little bit. Now I'm going to bring my needle right under that flower, right in the middle. I can find it. Sometimes this is the trickiest part. There we go. Okay, now I'm going to pull that all the way through and let loose the floss, and then I can split this back split stitch right down here. There you go. And then let's tie it off. All right, so now we're gonna end this video on your own time. Go ahead and do the same thing you did down here, right on this top flower portion. There's gonna be 3 little flowers up there versus the 2 that were down here. And then we're gonna come back tomorrow and work on our 2 daisies. So see you tomorrow.